Well, it was time to get back on the road. And it took a while to get cell service, so I stopped once I did, made my phone calls and uploaded the shorts I'd recorded, and then I completely forgot to turn on the 360 camera, so I had to stop again. But thankfully, it was a beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful day. And we were on our way to a town called Liberty because there was a cafe in Liberty. So, Betsy and I went, and we had a wonderful, wonderful hour-long drive. The scenery was absolutely amazing. Our ride was taking us through the valleys, so we were avoiding mountain peaks. And we were just cruising. I think this is one of the highest places I went the entire day. But it did bring me to these amazing sights. coming from Delaware County, we really don't have roads like these back home. They're just not there. It's too much congestion. I mean, to be able to see this much open space and still be in Pennsylvania, it was great. And it wasn't bad riding through these small little towns every once in a while. Just pass by and keep going. Right on to the next set of beautiful views. Favorite parts of these rides, coming out of the forest and all of a sudden just absolutely gorgeous. And you have to remember, I don't really get a chance to see much of this. I've got to pay attention to what's ahead of me. I catch glimpses out of the corner of my eye and say, hey, I want to go back, and that's what I want to look at. As we got closer to Liberty, Pennsylvania, we started descending back into the valleys. We had more winds and turns as we started dealing with the cricks and the scars they carved into the mountainside. So you'll see as we get closer, these roads go from more straight, long stretches to more winds, but a lot sharper when we're nearer town. These roads I would definitely recommend. And shift. some reason the camera stops recording for about 10 seconds. But here we are, popping into Liberty. Hey buddy. And that big building right there off to my right is actually where the coffee shop is. Well, I shouldn't even say coffee shop. It was more just the town's diner. But it was nice in there. And so, I hopped off of Betsy and went in and asked for a large cup of coffee. Sat down, went over the route from here, and then it was time to get back on the bike and continue on to western Pennsylvania. Now, for those of you who don't know, there is about 150 plus pounds on the back of Betsy. It's a lot of weight to push back. And I've noticed as the trip has continued that it's a lot easier to push back when there is no weight on the back. But the GPS is telling me to do something, and I can't do it. See that sign? One way. GPS wants me to make a right, and I can't do it. So now I've got to turn around and go the other way. What you can't see is there's a stop sign off to the right, and I'm looking at it and looking at my GPS and deciding whether or not to go, but hey, obviously I didn't. And we're back onto a gravel road, because, you know, that's just what we've been driving on for the last 3 days. And oh hey, we know this guy. Just cannot get over how spectacular that day's ride was up to that point. Just stunning landscapes to look at, beautiful blue cloudy sky. Perfect riding weather. So our target for the day was on the far side of the Allegany National Forest. It was a 4-hour ride from Liberty, Pennsylvania, to go set up camp again. And we were supposed to be on US 6, but the GPS took us on 215. And so we went. Highway riding. Now, I know some people who constantly complain about truckers, but they are some very considerate people. Both of these guys moved over because they saw I was getting onto the highway. Go from the country roads I had been on to that point to these giant snakes carved out of the landscape. Straight or long banks going 65 if not 70. But because it just cuts nature apart, you do get these long, open views that you wouldn't on those country roads. And because I've got to look that way to see where I'm going, I got to see this one. And figured it was something everyone should see because it is a very nice view. You can definitely see the damage the highway did to the landscape. Clearly, I wasn't going fast enough for that trucker. Or that van. your eye is naturally drawn to the really tall peak right there. It was miles away, it took us no time to get to, but you'd be missing out on that entire ridgeline. There's a reason we call them the Endless Mountains. They just stretch on forever. By this point, we've passed US 6. That was the road we were supposed to take west. But maps decided that was not where we were going today. And you don't really have the ability to turn around and play with a cell phone while you're going 65, 70 miles an hour, and it's still not fast enough for a lot of people. This is something I didn't realize until I was editing this video. But either that's a reservoir or... well, no matter what, it was a big body of water. Didn't even know it was there when I crossed it. I just thought it was a river. getting a little bit chillier and the sky's getting a little bit darker. And we are getting closer to the New York border. So there's still time to enjoy the wonderful scenery of Pennsylvania. At this point, Betsy was yelling at me saying, "Hey, I'm thirsty." I was thirsty too, and worried about that. So I pulled off to get Betsy some gas and myself some coffee. But parked Betsy under the top, put some gas in her, and hey, guess what? It rained. Well, after about a half an hour of pretty bad downpour, covering my kit in that tarp and throwing on my rain suit, I got back on the road and then completely forgot about the camera again, so I had to stop and turn it on. Glad I did. Very glad I did. That is not a view you can get back home. So while we were sitting there in the rain at the gas station, I spent a lot of time looking at the weather radar, the way the GPS wanted to take me, and whether or not I was going to drive those 4 hours. Still 4 hours, even after that hour headed north to the far side of the Allegeny National Forest. And I decided I wasn't gonna. Instead, I had got a hotel room in Port Allegany because no matter what I did, continuing the trip, I was going to get rained on. So we shortened the ride by an hour. Pretty sure it was just an hour. So it was only 3 hours now. But we were headed to a place with a roof and the internet, and that's how you guys were able to see the video of me descending the mountain quick, got a phone call, went to go see what it was about. Because it connected. Don't know why. And then more checking the map. Pulling on the heavy rain gloves. And now we're locked back into a rain suit and sweating to death. There's one thing about the towns in northern Pennsylvania, though. Main Street. There's always a Main Street. Which is kind of nice. Everything back home is just built. That countryside astounds me. It's just absolutely beautiful, but it's looking like rain ahead. That's not a happy sky. nice mountain view over a truss bridge. I believe that was a canal. But it's raining harder. It's hard for you guys to see on the camera. There are a few raindrops on the lens, but you can see it's been raining there if you're looking at the road. And so it starts. This is only about an hour into my 3-hour ride to Port Allegany. But I was determined, so I pressed on. And the only way you're really going to tell how bad the rain is by paying attention to the road. And you'll see that it gets really heavy here. But with the storms we had earlier in the day, a lot of the oil had already been washed off. But yeah, it was another afternoon ride through the rain. I'm of the mindset that I'm already getting wet. I mean, I can stop, but if I stop, I'm going to be stuck there until it stops raining, right? Because I'm not going to want to get back in the saddle and keep going. So I just keep going. It's been a huge help this entire trip. At this point, I'm not even trying to appreciate the view. I'm paying attention to that road. What's coming up? Even when you're sweating profusely in a rubber suit and riding through the rain, you still can have fun. I just don't remember what I was listening to at the time. Well, let me know what you think I was listening to. Maybe I'll listen to it on the next day I'm on the road. The architecture in these little towns is really nice. I like them a lot. When I can appreciate it, which is when it's not raining. Being able to find it on all the recordings that I made really made it worth it, because this stuck with me, what you're about to see. This poor couple. Just hiding under a tree, trying to stay dry. There is no staying dry, though. You're just gonna get rained on. There were still another 2 hours of riding. But the camera battery didn't last. And when I stopped later on, I did not feel like dealing with the camera at that point, because I'd been riding in the rain for 2 hours straight. But we did make it to Port Allegany, And we did make it in time to reach our hotel and find out that our hostess at the hotel happened to be from Ridley, Pennsylvania. So somebody else from Delco, all the way up in the Pennsylvania mountains. But Port Allegany was a nice place. And once we got there, that was the end of our ride for July 10th. A very wet one, late in the day.